little bit about the format for today's press conference. First we'll have an introduction of our new hockey coach, women's hockey coach by Athletic Director Tracy Dill, and he'll follow that with an opening statement, and then we'll hear from our new women's hockey coach before we have questions from you, the media, and the audience. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Director of Athletics at Bemidji State University, Mr. Tracy Dill.
Thanks, Brad. I appreciate that. And before, there will be no questions about the suits. We did not talk to each other about what to wear here. So if you think we did, no, we didn't. So I do want to start by welcoming everyone as we celebrate the start of a new era here at BSU with women's hockey. First, I do want to thank the search committee. I know a lot of you have been on search committees previously and know the work that goes into that and the time. And I know some of the search committee members are here today, but I do want to express my appreciation to them. Also, I'd like to thank Dr. Hansen, President Hansen, who's been instrumental in helping me through this process, as well as Vice President Mackey. He's outstanding to work with and makes my life and job extremely fun. Also, I'd like to thank Dr. Mary Ward. She has been very helpful through the process, and also our wonderful staff in the HR department who have been very, very exceptional to work with. So, in addition, there are many others that were instrumental in helping with the search. So with that, I want to thank you as well to that. I'm extremely proud to welcome James Scanlan as our next Bemidji State women's hockey coach. We had a great pool of candidates, and Coach Scanlan is the right choice for BSU. He will represent BSU with extreme integrity. He cares deeply about the student athletes, and more importantly, has a tremendous pride and passion for BSU. This next phase of BSU women's hockey, I'm extremely looking forward to working with Jim. Since this is Jim's day, please join me as we welcome Bemidji State's new women's hockey coach, James Scanlan. Jim, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tracy. First, thanks to everybody for being in here in this room right now on this absolutely gorgeous day. I'm sure there's, most of you would much rather be outside enjoying this, what I would say is just another day in Bemidji, right, Tracy?
Exactly.
Every
day is like this.
I want to thank Athletic Director Tracy Dill, the selection committee, and of course President Hansen for this incredible opportunity. To be the women's head hockey coach here at Bemidji State University. It truly is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I'm extremely grateful. As I said in the release, very humbled because I know it was an outstanding group of candidates. And to be sitting here right now is truly an incredible feeling, and I want to thank you for that. I want to thank my family, my wife Cindy, who without question is the best recruit I've ever landed. She's an incredible person, and I was thinking on the way over here that when we leave, I will be missed a little by some people. She will be missed a lot by everybody. To my kids, Bree, who a lot of you know, 2012 grad at BSU, one of Coach Stone's all-time greatest recruits. My daughter Jacqueline, who will be a senior at North Dakota State University. She almost came here to Bemidji, but she followed her dream. She wanted to be a Division I athlete, and I'm very proud of her for that. And my son Joe. Joe, before all of this started, he had applied and had been accepted here at Bemidji State, and he'll be a freshman here this fall. They've always been my biggest fans. And regardless of the outcome, when I came home, they were proud of Dad, and they always had Dad's back. So I want to thank them. Obviously, a lot of alum, a lot of folks involved with Bemidji State, specifically Coach Bob Peters. Next to my mom and dad, certainly the most influential person in my life. I would not be sitting up here today without his guidance, his influence, his mentorship. I'm not sure most of you know that Coach Peters started off his coaching career at East Grand Forks Senior High School back in 1960-61. I followed Coach there, and it's my privilege to follow him here. And if I could have even 1/13 of the success he's had as the head coach here, I'd be extremely happy. But a lot of my teammates, I was fortunate enough to play on a team in 78, 79. The three captains of that team, Mike Gibbons, Tom Haviland, and Scott Curry. I was very fortunate to come into the program at that time, and those three were really instrumental in supporting me in this decision. And I want to thank them and a lot of other alumni. I want to make sure I tell Mark Liska that he does not have to stage the sit-in at the Galen Nagel golf tournament now. So a lot of support from a lot of people here. So I want to thank them. Certainly to the good folks back in East Grand Forks. Being there 18 years, obviously a lot of incredible memories. I can't thank those people enough. Starting with the school board and the superintendent back in 1996, it gave me the opportunity to go there. Our president superintendent, Mr. David Pace, was the one who kind of coaxed me back into coaching when Jacqueline was going to be a freshman in high school. And the president administration, the president's school board, all have been very supportive. But I want to single out the girls on our hockey team, particularly this last year. Their passion, their dedication really brought my passion again back. And I know I wouldn't be sitting here without what they did for me this past year. So I want to make sure I thank them. Why now? Why would I want to make this decision at this stage of my life? Obviously, it's kind of full circle. I started off as a D1 coach for 12 years, and then spent the next 18 in a high school setting. And now the opportunity to come back was obviously pretty alluring. And one, to come back here to the WCHA, obviously probably the premier college hockey league in women's hockey, with just some rock star coaches in it. It's an incredible challenge. But most of all, to come back here to Bemidji State University. As all of you in this room know, this is an incredible place, and it's had a big impact on my life. And to have the opportunity to come back here now and to work here and to help the young ladies that are part of our hockey team reach their dreams, achieve their goals, and become the best they can be, it was just too great of an opportunity to pass up. And again, just extremely fortunate to be here. And lastly, I'd like to say to the girls on our team, I am extremely excited to be sitting here. I'm so much looking forward to getting started. I'm so much looking forward to getting our relationship established, because to me that's what it's all about. Coaching is all about relationships. And first and foremost, I want to get to know all these girls, because together we can raise the bar for Bemidji State women's hockey. And I'm looking forward to that opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Now we'll open the floor to questions from the media.
Hi, Coach. Lee Benson from Lakeland News. So I'll start with this. Can you compare, I know obviously one's high school, one's college, but can you compare where East Grand Forks, their girls program was when you began there, to kind of how Bemidji State, their women's program is right now? Is that possible to compare the two at this point?
I'm not sure if it's possible to compare the high school to college, because obviously the girls here are if they're playing at Bemidji State University, they have a passion for the game. They're committed. They want to be the best they can be. When I first started in the high school, at the program at the time, some of the girls were certainly like that. We did have some girls that were very passionate. And over the time that I was there, more and more girls became passionate about the game. And you could see them just spending more time playing hockey in the off season. We were fortunate that a lot of our girls were multi-sport athletes, which is, I think, incredibly important in a high school setting. But again, this past year was just the culmination of just a group of young ladies that were very passionate, and they played for each other, and they believed they were part of something bigger than themselves, and the results were what we saw. So, and I just know that the girls here, I think Coach Sertich and Amber and Shane have done a great job. The foundation is here, and now it's just getting everybody going in the same direction. And like I said, we're gonna raise the bar.
Is just because I know you brought that program up to one of the best girls programs in the state of Minnesota. So now you get a chance to recruit here to Bemidji State. How do you get, or how are you planning on getting some of the better women's hockey players to come to Bemidji State and play for you in the program?
Well, we all know what a great and special place this is, and it's just our job to bring the girls up and show them what this place can be. But obviously, being successful is certainly going to help. And when girls come here on a recruiting trip and they see a team that believes in themselves and believe in each other, I think athletes want to be part of something special. And if we can create that culture here, it's going to be easier to bring top flight girls in. And like I said, I think Amber and Shane have done a great job with doing that. Now it's just getting everybody going in the same direction and just keep bringing in top flight players.
Jim, Brian Schultz, Beaver Radio Network. You've coached college men, you've coached high school boys, you've coached high school girls. Have you had to change how you approach the game, since the game is different from the collegiate men's to the high school boys to the high school girls and now the collegiate women's game?
Well, I don't think the hockey's changed, Brian. Hockey's hockey. It's going to be the same at whatever level you're playing at. Certainly, not in a general way. I think sometimes girls, it is extremely social. That relationship aspect is extremely important, and I found that out. I had to be more patient, and I think again when the girls all realize that our relationship, my relationship with them, is based on who they are as people, not for what they're doing on the ice. That's a big breakthrough, and when you get the whole team feeling that way, again, that's when you can make things, you can make some pretty special things happen.
Hey, Coach Jack Henninger from the Bemidji Pioneer. Just kind of curious if you have any sort of ideas about any sort of game plan or anything you want to do specifically hockey-wise when you get started here. Is there anything you plan on doing differently maybe than was done before? Or?
I don't know if we'll do. I think as coaches, we find comfort in the way we do. I mean, my background obviously is playing here. The opportunity that I had here with Coach Peters was kind of what it set me going in coaching in the first place. And all the experiences I've had, you're always going to pick something up from the people you work with. But that template that I got here from Coach is really the key. And we like to play, or I've always liked to play a game where you're pressuring the puck all the time. You're moving at high tempo, but it all starts with just playing good solid D, being very tough to play against. When you talk Beaver hockey, and those of us who have played here, and when we talk about Beaver hockey, it's not just those championships that you've won, but it's how you go about playing. Again, it's that culture that's created in the locker room, how you play for the guy or the gal sitting next to you. That's what's more important, and being a part of something bigger than yourselves. Just that's what Beaver hockey is, and that's what we're going to create. And again, we want to play an exciting style of hockey, and that's what we're going to attempt to do.
Any other questions?
I'm curious to ask about your coaching staff. Do you get to bring in, or have you decided on who your staff will be? How is that going to work?
Well, both Shane and Amber are under contract, and we'll be a staff moving forward.
And I have one more question for you. Do you have any immediate goals for the program? I know it's brand new to you, just got hired, but is there any short-term goals that you think, okay, maybe by year one we need to be here, year two here? Have you thought of that far ahead yet?
Well, we certainly want to be competitive. We want to be competitive every single night out, and I think for any program, I think the goal is to get home ice for the first round of that playoffs, and I think it's attainable, and we'll certainly, we're going to be a team that's going to improve on a daily basis. Every day is an opportunity to get better, and if we can keep doing that, from the start of the year to the end, where we're playing our best hockey at the end of the year, that's ultimately what we want to do, and hopefully that'll bring us a first-round home playoff series.
I've got one question for you. Jim, Kelly Schultz with Beaver Radio Network. Since you just found out that you were the head coach, how much time have you had, if not any, yet to connect with this year's women's hockey team?
Not a whole lot yet. I've spent a lot of time. I visited with Amber and Shane quite a bit, and met Steph just now when she came in. But other than that, I haven't had an opportunity. But that's going to be my first priority is getting to know our current players. So I guess you could say I need to recruit our current players, because that's going to be extremely important. We need to establish that relationship, and I'll start doing that as soon as possible.
One last chance for questions from anyone in the room? Okay. Then I just wanted to again thank everyone for coming today to celebrate this special event with us, and go Beavers.